Hi guys, good evening. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Fine. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. So today we'll continue with the Selenium WebDriver getting started list commands. Hopefully we'll complete this getting started list today. Just give me a second. I'll just put a message here in the WhatsApps that the session has been started now. Session started. Join accept. Okay, great. So fine, guys. So yesterday, where we were, let's see that. One of notes here. Yeah, here. Getting started list commands. Okay. So we completed till isSelected command yesterday. Now the remaining commands we have to start from navigate to the remaining commands I have to cover today. Hopefully we'll cover in time. Let's see that. isSelected is covered yesterday. Yes, correct. Today's first command will be navigate. Everyone type in the chat box. Navigate command. Everyone type in the chat box. Navigate command. Navigate. So it is a browser level command, guys. Navigate is a browser level command. Directly driver dot navigate we have to call. Okay. You should not say driver dot find element. We have to say driver dot navigate directly. Okay. It's a browser level command. So let me show you how can we work with the navigate command. Okay, this is batch 1. How did I go to the batch 1? I wanted to go to batch 2. Just give me a second. We'll launch Eclipse ID here meanwhile. So tomorrow, guys, based on our timeline, I would like to work on the Google Sheet. Okay, I would like to work on a Google Sheet tomorrow. In the session itself, I'll work because a lot of people are asking for the notes. A lot of people are asking for the recordings, etc. They're getting confused that where the items are and all. So, tomorrow's session will be mostly on, I may explain something, but the remaining portion will be mostly on creating that documentation where I have to share the notes and all because I'm not doing anything on the Telegram groups nowadays. So I would like to share a Google Sheet with you guys so that you can access everything at a single place. That I am planning tomorrow. In tomorrow's session, we'll do that. Okay, whatever the time. I just need your support is tomorrow so that based on your requirements, we'll design the sheet and I'll share you all the documentation with that. So try to attend tomorrow's session and together we'll try to create some kind of Google Sheet which will be useful for everyone. I'll open this project. And in this project, I'll go to this getting started list pack. Here I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as navigate commands, otherwise navigate command demo. Navigate commands demo with main method I'll create. Same timing. Tomorrow timing is also same 8 p.m. IST. We'll connect and we'll work on that. Okay. Fine. So here I'll write the code as usual code. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get provide the application page URL here. I'll go to this application page, omai.blogspot.com page. Okay, I'll give this URL here. Now after going to this page, I'll try to perform some operation here. Let me type my name into this text area field. I'll inspect this text area field. And this is HTML code of the text area field. It has an ID. Copy this ID. come back here and write down driver dot find element by dot id, provide the id locator of the text area field, provide the id locator of the text area field dot send keys. I'll just give my name here. I'll enter my name. Arun Moturi is my name. Okay, fine. After entering my name into this text area field, what I want to do, I want to click on this Selenium 143 link. Can see this Selenium 143 link, right? Okay, I want to, click on this Selenium 143 link, or what I can do is I want to go to another website, guys. Basically, from this application, I want to navigate away to another website. Okay, I would like to navigate to another website. For that, you can use driver.get command also, but there is another command. Okay, if you're trying to navigate to any other website page during the automation script, initially we use get command, right? In the between the script, if you want to navigate away from this website page to any other website, then we generally use driver.navigate command. Okay, there is no difference, guys. If people will ask you in the interviews, like what is the difference between get command and navigate command? Okay, so here driver.get command and driver.navigate command, mostly they are same, but navigate command has subcommands. Get command doesn't have. If someone asks you what is the difference between get command and navigate command, tell them that, okay, whatever the get command can do, navigate command also can do. But the main difference between the get command and navigate command is get command doesn't have any subcommands. You see, what is the return type of the get command? What is the return type of the get command? Tell me, guys. What is the return type of the get command? Can you see the return type of the get command? It is void. Void is the return type of the get command. But if you see the navigate command doesn't have the return type as void. Okay. So the first answer you have to give to the interviewer, like what is the difference between the get command and navigate command means the return type of the get command is what? Void. Then what is the return type of the navigate command? What is the return type of the navigate command? Navigation, object of the navigation. Navigation class is the return type. Navigation class is the return type. Navigation class is from Selenium, guys. So you can write like this, okay? Navigation. NAV is equal to, like this you can write, okay? Okay. Import this navigation from Selenium library. Hold the mouse on this and import this from Selenium library. So the return type of the navigate command is navigation, whereas the return type of the get command is void. That is the first difference you have to tell them. They'll try to ask you, okay? Whatever the get command can do, the navigate command also can do. But they'll ask you, if get command is there, why we have to go for navigate command? What is the difference between get and navigate command? They'll try to confuse you and ask you. There's not much difference. Anything you can use to navigate to another website page, either you can use get command or navigate command. But if specifically they are asking about some difference, right? The return type of the get command is void, you have to say. The return type of the navigate command is navigation class, you have to say. And using this object reference of the navigation class, I can call a method known as to method. Okay, nav.to. Inside this to method, I'm going to give the URL. Whatever the URL I want to navigate to, for example, I want to navigate to another website page, let's say qfox.com. Here qfox.com is there, right? I would like to navigate to qfox.com, let's say. I'll just give that here. Okay, my website page I'm giving here. So instead of writing these two lines, can I write driver.get and same application, this particular URL can I write? Instead of writing this, I can also write like this, driver.get. Is there any restriction in Java, in Selenium, like we don't have to write like this? There's no restriction, guys. In between also you can use get command. In between also you can use a get command. Okay. In between also you can use there is no restriction. This also will work in the same fashion. These two lines will work in the same fashion. This also will work in the same fashion. But if you read this properly, guys, if you read this, you are navigating to another website page. Okay, we can navigate to another website page. It's better to use navigate command because that makes understanding better. Okay, get command means opening the application URL for the first time. Generally, for opening the application page URL for the first time, we use get command. But thereafter in the automation script, when you want to navigate away to another website page, then it's better to use navigate.to command. Okay, this object reference of the navigation.to command we have to use. Okay, to command we have to use. So in between, I generally prefer like this, guys. Okay, whatever it may be, why the Selenium guys have given navigate.to command. because we may have to use this to navigate to another website page in between the scripts. Okay. In the beginning of the script, if you want to open an application page, generally we use get command, and in between the script, if you want to navigate to another website page, we use navigate. The return type of the navigate is navigation, and using the object reference, you can call the to command. Okay. So let's find it out. And one more thing, guys, before we move there, one more thing is that do you have to write these two lines? Do you have to write these two lines? Not required, guys. Driver dot navigate. This is nothing but the object of the navigation or not? This is nothing but the object of the navigation or not? Using method chaining, we can solve this problem. Driver dot navigate. Directly you say to command. What's the use of writing these two lines here? Why we have to create a return type and store into this object reference, and using the object reference, why we have to call in this second line? Instead of that, if you follow method chaining mechanism, you can directly call like this: driver dot navigate dot to command. Okay. So like the way we have written driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, right? Here we can write driver dot navigate dot to command. We can write. Okay. Driver dot navigate dot to, inside this double quotes you have to give this URL. So I generally prefer writing in a single line, right? Most of the people also will not create an object for the navigate command, and using the object reference, they will not call that. In real time, if you see, most of the people will write like this only. I've never seen people writing like this. Okay, but I don't want to explain this directly like this, because you will get confused what is going on here. Okay, so this is a method chaining concept that is being followed here to reduce the number of lines. So navigate is return type of the navigate is navigation. Using the object reference of the navigation, we are calling the to method. The purpose of the get command and navigate.to command is same. It will open the application URL. This will also open the application page URL. There's no difference. Okay, they both will work in the same fashion. Get command and navigate.to command will work in the same fashion. Okay, so that's the reason they'll ask you in the interviews. That's the reason, since both are performing the same operation, driver.get is performing the same operation, driver.navigate.to command is also performing the same operation. So they will ask you in the interviews, what is the difference? What is the difference between get and navigate dot to commands in Selenium, Java WebDriver, whatever it is? Just type it here, there. In Selenium WebDriver for Java, both get and navigate to are used to open a web page, but they have some differences in their behavior and additional functionalities they provide. The purpose of the get command is to open a specific URL in the browser. Okay, the purpose of the get command is to open a specific URL in the browser. Driver.get is example that we already know. It waits until the page is fully loaded before returning control to the next line of the script. Okay, it does not provide navigation history. It simply loads the URL specified. It does not provide the navigation history. What is the previous page that was there? It will not provide that. Okay, if you say driver.get means what is the previous URL? It doesn't remember. If I use driver.get here and go to another website, it will not remember this website page as a previous website page. Okay, so that's what they are saying. So these are some differences. Coming to the navigate to, the navigate to method is part of the navigate interface and use to. Okay, is part of the navigate interface and use it to open a specific URL as well, but it's more versatile. Driver.navigate to, it waits until the page is control. This is same as the get command, right? It waits until. There's no difference here. It provides navigation history. This doesn't provide the navigation. Get command doesn't provide the navigation history, whereas navigation commands, navigate to, provides the navigation history. Let's try that out and see what is happening. So first I'll try to do something, guys. Okay, if I use driver.navigate to, what is happening? Let's see. Is it working fine or not? Let's see that. After that, I'll explain about the navigation history. The return type of the get command is white. To explain the differences between the get and navigate command, even though get command and navigate to commands will do the same operation, the return type of the get command is white, whereas the return type of navigate command is some navigation. Either it is a class or interface, I don't know. We have to go to the library and check that. You see, my name has been typed. After that, it will navigate away you to another website page, that is qfox.com page. You see, you have been navigated to qfox.com website page. Okay. That's the thing. Guys. Okay. So what do you mean by this navigation history? In the ChatGPT here, they are writing, compared to get command, navigate to command or navigate commands will provide the navigation history. That means Once you use navigate.to command to navigate to another website page, if you want to browse back, there's a command known as navigate. Using the object reference of this navigation, we can call that. What is that command? Navigate.back. What is that command, guys? Get command is only one command whose return type is void, but navigate command whose return type is navigation. This navigation, either what is this, we don't know. Let's open the declaration and find it out. It's a class only, guys. This particular navigation class has a lot of predefined methods like, let's see here. There will be something here. Navigate.to command. Where is that to? Can you see to anywhere? I don't see any to there. Okay, it's not coming. 1 minute. I'll just do one thing. I'll just uncomment this one and open the declaration here. Let's see what is happening. It's an interface, guys. Okay, I thought it is a class, but it's an interface. Navigation is a class. Sorry, interface. In this, back command is there, forward is there, to command is there. Okay, refresh command is there. Okay, some sub commands are there. It's an interface, guys. What is a navigation? It's an interface. Everyone type in the chat box. Navigation is an interface. The return type of the navigate command is nothing but the navigation interface. And using the object reference of the navigation interface, we can call some sub methods like, using this object reference, we can call the methods of the navigation interface known as to, back, forward, and refresh. What are the different commands? To, back, forward, and refresh. To, everyone type in the chat box. To is one of the predefined method of the navigation interface that you can call using the object reference of this particular navigation interface. You can call that. Okay. Similarly, we have back command. Apart from the back command, what is there? The navigation interface. Apart from the back command, forward is there. Apart from the forward, what is there? Refresh is there. You can see that here clearly. Okay. You can click. This is not the one. This is not the one. Just I commented it, so it was not working fine. In the interface, you see, navigation is an interface. It contains back command, forward command, to command, and refresh command. 4 commands are there. We are going to use all these 4 commands going ahead. Okay. I want to navigate back. You see, if I want to navigate back, the driver has to remember the navigation history, yes or no. Originally, which application was there? Which application page was there originally? Originally, in the 13th line, which application page was there? Which application page was there? Oh, my application page was there. That's right, Jesse. Right? Oh, my application page was there in the during the 13th line. After that, at one of the point of the line, what I have done is, okay, what we have done is, we have written driver.navigate.to. Okay, we navigated away to another website page. That means this one is remembered in the history or not. If you are using navigate commands, navigate command will help the Selenium script in such a way that it will remember the previous browser page and it will take you to another website page. So in the next line, if you use back command, will it go back to the omaya.blogspot.com, yes or no? Since it remembers the navigation history, navigate.back will take you to the previous website page, yes or no? Yes, it will take, because it remembers the navigation history as per the explanation given by ChatGPT now. Okay, after that, I want to navigate forward again. Navigate forward means, again, we'll go back, go to the qfox.com page. Okay. So what is going to happen? Just see here. Initially, we are on omaya.blogspot.com page. After that, we have navigated to qfox.com page. Since navigate commands will remember the history, navigate.back means we'll get back to the this particular page, omaya page here. After that, if you say navigate.forward means, again, we'll go to the qfox.com page. Okay. Browser back, browser forward. So here you see what is going to happen. I'll tell you guys. Initially, you are on which website page? Initially, you are on which website page? omaya.blogspot.com page. Initially, you are here. After that, what I did? I went to qfox.com page. I went to qfox.com page. Can you see this browser back option? Enabled state. Can you see the browser back option in an enabled state? Yes or no? Yes, right? So if I have to perform the browser operation, this browser back, I have to say driver.navigate.back. It will click on this. Internally, it will click on the browser back option and will be taken to the previous website page, that is omaya original previous website page, omaya.blogspot.com. The moment I came back to this page, now forward option got enabled. If I again want to go to the new page that came in between, right, qfox.com, I have to click on this. It will take you to the qfox.com page. Clear, everyone? Navigate back, navigate forward is clear. And there is one more option here on the browser. What is this option? Refresh, reload or refresh. You can also refresh this page also. Okay, after that we can refresh the page also. Driver dot navigate dot refresh. All this to command, back command, forward command, refresh command belongs to the object reference of the navigation interface in Selenium library. We don't have to write like this. Using method chaining mechanism, we can directly write navigate dot to, navigate dot back, navigate dot forward, navigate dot object reference of the navigation interface dot refresh. Okay, simple words. Now let's see whether this is happening or not. All these operations are being done or not. Let's see. First, it will open the omai.blogspot.com. After that, it will take you to the qfox.com. Again, it will navigate back to the omai.blogspot.com. Again, it will navigate forward to the qfox.com. Initially, qfox.com, sorry, omai.blogspot.com. After that, after the page loads here, it will navigate away you to qfox.com. Again, backward, forward. You see, forward is happening now. And after the page loads, you see, again, refresh is happening. Okay, all the 4 operations are done. Guys, can you see that happening? Navigate commands. Everyone is clear. Refresh also has happened. If you can clearly see, refresh also has happened, right? So these are the different commands of navigate. Navigate dot to, navigate dot back, navigate dot forward, navigate dot refresh. So if someone asks you in the interviews how to refresh a page, what should be your answer? Using driver.navigate.refresh command, we can navigate the page. If someone asks you in the interviews how to navigate back to the previous website page, driver.navigate.back, you have to say. How to navigate to the in-between page or something, okay? How to navigate forward. You have to say using driver.navigate.forward, we can do that. In between, if you want to navigate away to another website page, you can use navigate.to command because it remembers the browser history of which page was there earlier, which page we are going there. If you can perform back, forward, refresh, and all this stuff. Okay, you can perform back, refresh, and all this stuff. So I'll just create a new class and try to explain the difference between get and navigate commands now. Get and navigate difference. Let's find it out. Already I explained about the navigate commands. It was remembering the navigation history. Okay, let's try with the get command and see whether it is able to remember the navigation history, yes or no. Because I never tried this, guys. I never tried this because I was not giving that much focus here. But let me try today in this batch. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Only in the interview perspective, I have to explain sometimes. That's the reason I'm doing this R&D here. Okay. Sorry. Go here, take this omai.blogspot.com page, copy this URL, paste it here. After that, I would like to go to driver.get. I'll go to this qfox.com website page. After going to the qfox.com website page, I'll try to say driver.navigate.back. I will say, let's see whether this is working or not. I don't know. It may or may not work. Let's find it out. Driver.navigate.refresh. I don't know, because here I'm using the get command to navigate. Instead of navigate.to command, I'm using get command. Does it do any difference or not? I'm just trying to find it out. If there is no difference, we cannot do anything. Okay. Let's see what will be the result here. Let's see what will be the result. First, we are taken to the qfox.com website, omai.blogspot.com. After that, yeah, it's still working, guys. Navigate backward is for working and navigate forward also mostly will work now. Yeah, still it is working. There's no difference between the driver.get and driver.navigate to. Okay, there's no difference between the driver.get and driver.navigate to. I don't see this ChatGPT example or explanation is 100% right here. Navigate to method is part of the navigate interface and use it to open a specific URL. It provides navigation history, allowing you to move backward and forward through the browser history using navigate, forward, and refresh. I don't think so. Driver.get is also able to do the same thing. Navigate to is also able to do the same thing. Okay. Okay. So, but driver.get followed by followed by navigate dot back and navigate dot forward are still remembering browser history and are able to work. Yeah, conceptual positioned. Okay, in between the script we have to use driver dot navigate to ethically. If you see, conceptually if you see, understanding wise if you see, you have to use driver dot navigate to, even though driver dot get also can perform the same operation. This is the difference, guys. Conceptually positioning the stuff. Okay, this is what I was explaining. I was trying to get the answer for. There is no functional limitation here. So in the previous answer, ChatGPT has given a wrong kind of answers, but now it's explaining that conceptually positioned. Okay, so right way, right command at the right place. Okay, in the beginning, if you want to open the URL for the first time in the opened browser, better to use driver.get. Conceptually, it's better to use driver.get. Ethically, or everyone will use driver.get, whatever you say. Okay, notation wise or whatever you call that. Okay, during the script, in between the script, if you want to open any other application page URL, it's better to use navigate.to conceptually. Okay, in the beginning, driver.get is fine. In between, conceptually, driver.navigate.to is better. Okay, and if you want to use the other commands like back, forward, refresh, right, it's better to use driver.navigate.to. Okay, further in combination with them. Simpler and direct method to open a URL. Part of the more versatile interface, providing additional navigation capabilities. That's it. Okay, there's not much difference. Okay, so conceptually positioned. Okay, if you want to position the commands properly at the right position in the automation scripts, initially we have to use driver.get. In between the script, you have to use driver.navigate to. That's what I know as the answer, and that is being confirmed here. Okay, conceptually positioning. Okay, that's the answer. Everyone clear here? Yeah, a lot of discussions will be there, guys. If you go to Google and all, right, a lot of confusions are there. Okay, so you may get a different answer. Don't think that that is the right answer. Okay.
Arun, but for refreshing a page, we should always use this navigate, right? I mean
Yeah, there
that will
is
not.
command in get command. We don't have refresh functionality.
Yeah.
Okay, we can trick the browser in refreshing anyhow by opening the driver.get again. It will refresh only, right? Basically. Okay, if you hit the
Okay.
URL, what will happen? Manually also, if you hit the URL, what will happen? It will refresh
Yeah,
the.
it's refreshing. Mm-hmm.
That way we can trick the browser, but there is no direct command in Selenium WebDriver to refresh the page. If you want a direct command, driver.navigate.refresh is the command we have. Direct command. Okay, but if you want to trick the browser in refreshing the page, we can say driver dot get off again same URL, but that general people don't use that kind of style in writing the script. Okay, because the code will not become more readable, right? Refresh command will let you know that you are refreshing the page, but why you are opening the application URL again, no one will understand if you write driver dot get in the script. Okay, so that's the reason conceptually you have to use some commands. Okay, it's not technically we can work on they will work in the same way and we can get all the solutions without this driver.navigate commands also, but conceptually we have to use this commands given by Selenium WebDriver library, so that we are doing in a better way that everyone is following. Okay, that's what.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Anyhow,
So refresh back and forward is the sub command of navigate to, right?
we cannot say sub command. We can say that the return type of the navigate command is navigation interface. The object reference of using that object reference of the navigation interface, we can call this commands, right? Back, forward, refresh, and all. So using the method chaining mechanism, we can write in a single line.
Okay.
Got it right? Because this to command, back command, forward command, and refresh command belongs to navigation interface. People will not write navigation interface and object reference and say do. They'll not write. They'll directly follow the method chaining mechanism, and because of which you feel that it is a subcommand, but it's not a subcommand. It is a command. These commands belong to the navigation interface. Okay, but when you use method chaining mechanism, we don't feel like it is a part of the navigation interface. Rather, we feel that it is subcommand of navigate command, but it's not like that. Okay, the return type of the navigate is nothing but the navigation interface. The object of the navigation interface can call these methods.
Okay, and also I noticed like at interface level, we don't need to inspect any web elements or nothing, right? Just we can operate the.
Yes, these are the browser level commands. You don't have to find any elements. Okay, these are all the browser level commands. You see, get command is a browser level command. This get command is also a browser level command. Navigate is a browser level command. This navigate is a browser level command. Okay, so this kind of commands doesn't require to find us. What is the use of finding an element to go back to the previous page or come back to the same page again or refreshing the page? Do we need to find an element on the browser application page to refresh the page?
No.
It's a browser level activity. So all the browser level activities, right, including this manage command also, all these are the browser level activities. They don't need to find the element. Okay, so most of the commands, some commands will be browser level commands which doesn't need find element command, and other commands like click operations and keys where you have to perform the operations on the elements need the find element command or find. Okay, that's the thing. Clear?
Sir, basically both the driver.get to and navigate both are same, but
Yes.
navigate to is will be remembering the browser history.
Not
Correct.
like that. That's not right. So just now I have proved that both will remember the browser history. Even I'm using the get command also, this back forward are still working. It doesn't mean like, right? Both are remembering the browser history. There is a misconception. Okay. So people have created some answer. Okay. People over the internet have created their own answer, which is a misleading answer. Okay. That most of the people are unaware of. Okay. So that simply, if they people are getting irritated by this kind of questions. What is the difference between get and navigate to? Already the get command is there. Why navigate.to command is provided by Selenium WebDriver library? This kind of questions are coming from the people, from the interviewers. So that's the reason people got irritated and they created their own answer, saying that navigate.to command will remember the browser history, whereas get command will not remember the browser history. But I just now proved you before you that get command is also remembering the browser history. Back and forward are still working. Right? I don't have to use navigate.to to go backward, forward, and refresh. But ethically or conceptually, in the beginning of the script, you have to use get command. During the script, in between the script, in the beginning of the script, to open the first time, for the first time, if you want to open the application URL, ethically speaking or conceptually speaking, conceptual positioning speaking, get command should be used first. And in the later part of the script, if you want to open any other application page or something in between the script for second time onwards, better to use navigate.to instead of get command. Conceptually, theoretically, technically both are same, but theoretically it's recommended that people use navigate.to command instead of get command during the script. In the between the script, for the first time they will use get command. During the script they will use navigate.to command. And readability wise also you'll understand that get command means opening the application URL for the first time. Navigate.to command will help us in understanding that already we have opened the URL, now we are navigating away from this page to another page. That kind of understanding we get. Conceptually speaking, we have to use navigate.to command during the script, in between the script, instead of get command. Clear?
Yeah. Also, for example, driver.get means only we can launch the browser. We cannot do driver.get.back, driver.get.forward,
Comments are not there.
Only it's possible via navigate.
The
So
return
whenever
type
you
of
want
the
to
get
move
command
forward
is,
and back.
no. The return type of the get command, understand things technically. Okay, sometimes you have to understand the things technically. You don't have to go in a raw format. Okay, get command doesn't have back forward. Don't say like that. Okay, the return type of the get command is what? Void. Okay, how can you get all these commands with the void kind of return type? But navigate command is having the return type as navigation interface. Using the object, all these commands belong to the navigation interface. That's why you are getting here. They are not the sub commands or something. Okay, this you cannot point as a difference here. Okay, so you are getting these commands because the navigate commands return type is what? Navigation interface. That's what is the main difference you have to point out. You should not say back command, forward, and refresh commands are not there with the get command. That is not right. Even back, forward, and refresh are not there with the navigate commands also. Why you are using? Because the return type of the navigate command is navigation interface, and all these commands belong to the navigation interface. That's why you are getting this. Using method chaining mechanism, you are getting that. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
So people try to confuse you, but still you have to be very, confident about this kind of answers. Okay. So the return type of the get command is void. Return type of navigate command is navigation interface. Navigation interface has its back forward refresh, whereas get command doesn't have return type, so it doesn't have back forward refresh, cannot be accessed using method chaining mechanism. If you explain that, the interviewer will get impressed. Okay. If you don't go into details and simply answer using the Google answers, if you give right, you are caught. Okay, simple. Clear, guys? Yes, correct. Yes, since return type is what, there is no get, back, forward, and refresh, or two kind of comments won't be there. But navigate command has a return type as navigation interface, and that interface has all these comments like to, back, forward, refresh. So this kind of things can happen with the navigate because of that return type and all. You have to say that. Okay. Whatever you do a lot of Google search now, you'll get confused. You'll not get a solution. Okay. The difference between get and navigate, you will not get. Sometimes you have to put your own brain and try to create a solution here. Understand the situations here like this. Okay. Yeah, Vivek, your question is driver.get command is wait till page is, even navigate.to also will wait for the page to load, Vivek. Both will do the same thing. Both will do the same thing. Whether you use driver.get or driver.navigate to, both will wait for the page to load completely. Okay, there is no difference at all. Clear, Vivek? There is no difference at all. Technically speaking, there is no difference between driver.get and driver.navigate. Conceptually speaking, during the beginning of the script, you have to use get command. In between the script, you have to use navigate.to command in place of the get command. That's the only thing you have to remember. Okay, fine. Jesse, I think you got the answer right. Earlier you pinged some chat, right? Now I think you got the answer now, I think so, Jesse.
Yes, Arun, I got my answer.
Okay, fine. Okay, guys, that's all. Okay, so in between the scripts, better not to use. This is not a good practice. This is not a good practice. This is not a good practice. Just for explaining browser history is being understood or not. Practically be understood, right? Don't take the Google answers, try it by yourself and figure out what is the difference. Okay. Now that's what I have done in this session. Okay, I proved you that navigation history can also be remembered by get command. A lot of Google answers are there where they say navigation history is not remembered by get command. It's being remembered. Okay, there's no difference there. Okay, conceptual difference is there. At what point of time in the script, which command we have to use is only the difference. Otherwise, both are same. Technically speaking, both are same. Conceptual position wise, they are different. That's the answer you have to give. And try to give more explanation so that the interviewer himself or herself will feel that, okay, whatever I thought in my mind is wrong, they will feel. Okay. So that kind of confidence levels you have to explain so that they will understand. Technically, this guy is very sound. Okay. This person is very sound. Internals, they understood. They know the return type. They know what is that browser history and all. You can say that Google, there are a lot of wrong answers here. You can explain everything, whatever you feel naturally, you try to explain. The interviewer will try to understand, and they can sometimes correct themselves also. They may be wrong sometimes. Everyone may not be right with their answers always. Okay. By your explanation, they should get a conclusion that you are right, they are wrong. Okay, sometimes. No, because this is a confusing question. Even the interviewers are also separated here. Some people think navigation history. Some people think this is what is the thing reality. Okay, so you have to give a proper explanation here so that they will get the proper answer for these questions. Okay, hope you got the idea. Now let's move on. Without any delay, let's move on, guys. I think I have closed this. I'll just open it again. Or not. Okay, it's there here. Sorry. So let's move on. Navigate commands are completed, guys. Now get page source command, very simple command, guys. If I go to any application page URL, omaya.blogspot.com, I'll go to very simple page. If I go to this compendium dev page, or if I go to Internet Heroku and go to one of the website page, what happened to this okay, it's coming. In this Internet Heroku page, status codes, what is there? Some kind of very less number of thing is there. If I want to get the HTML code of this, what I have to do manually, guys? Right click on the page and select which option. If I want to see the HTML code of this page, what I have to do, guys? Tell me. If I want to see the HTML code of this page, what I have to do? I have to right click and select inspect option.
Inspect.
Is there any other option?
View page source.
Yes.
Page source.
View page source will give the entire HTML code of the page. You see, this is the entire HTML code of the page. Even still, it looks very big for me. This kind of simple only, but It still looks kind of very big for me. Let me go here. This has very less code. View page source. Yeah, okay. There's some space here, but that's okay. This HTML code you can understand right clearly. You can see that this HTML code. Okay. Some websites will have less code. I'm trying to find such kind of websites which have less code. But anyhow, this page is, when compared to this omega.blogspot.com, right? This one has very less amount of code. If I say view page source, you see how much length it will be. You see how much length I have to scroll it like anything. You see, at least I have found some web page where the amount of HTML code is very less. I think it's up to 62 or 63 lines it is there. Starting from 1 to 62 lines are there. Okay. So this amount is enough. I want to retrieve this HTML code of this particular page, guys. Okay. I want to retrieve the HTML code of this particular page. So what I will do here is, using Selenium automation, I want to retrieve the HTML code. Okay. Instead of me selecting right click and say view page source, I just would like to retrieve the entire HTML code of the page using a command of Selenium WebDriver, that is get page source command. Okay. What is the name of the command? Everyone type in the chat box. What is the name of the command? Get page source command. Everyone type in the chat box. Get page source command demo. Get page source command demo with main method you create. Click on finish. In this get page source command, you write down Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Put a semicolon, Control Shift O, and simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then simply write down driver dot get, provide this application page URL. Provide this application page URL. This particular page application page HTML code I want to get. For that, it's a browser level command, or to get the HTML code, do I need to find any element, guys? To get the HTML code of the page, do you have to find an element? Is it required to find an element to get the HTML code of the page? No, it's a browser level command. Simply get page source is the name of the command. It's a browser level command, which is a, yes, it is a browser level command, as you say, get page source. The return type of the get page source is what? Tell me, guys, what is the return type of the get page source command? What is the return type of the get page source command? Can you see that here?
String.
String.
Yes, it is a string. The return type of the get page source command is string. So here I'll say HTML code is equal to, okay, HTML page code is equal to, just give any name that you feel, hover the mouse and say create local variable. The return type of the get page source will be added here, and just print it out, guys. Just print it out. Just print it out, this particular variable which is storing the HTML code. Get page source command will retrieve all the HTML code of this particular page and store into this variable of the string class, and you can print out this. Okay, print it out. And finally I have to say what? Driver dot quit to quit the browser. Okay, run this script and see whether the HTML code of this page is getting printed in the output console or not. Okay, in the output console, what should be printed now? When I'm printing this particular string text, it should print the HTML code of the page. It should print the HTML code of the page should be printed in the output console, guys. Is the HTML code of the page got printed? Is the HTML code of the page got printed? Starting from HTML to this one, body HTML. You see, entire HTML code got printed. So the real-time use case I will not cover here, but you know, this is what is the purpose. This is how the get page source command will work. Maybe sometimes we use to see whether a particular item is part of this. Okay, in this HTML, let's say some GitHub link is there or not, if you want to verify. Okay, if you want to verify whether a GitHub link is there, okay, you can do that. Okay, HTML page dot contains GitHub page link. Okay, in that entire page, GitHub link is there or not. If you want to find it out, you can do that. Okay, so very rare situations will come where you have to use get page source command. Okay, in real time. But just keep that in mind. If you feel a real-time case that is coming in real time, you can use that. Otherwise, you can ignore. Okay. Using any other command, you can verify the stuff. You can verify. Otherwise, if there is no other way, you can finally come to the get page source command, retrieve all the HTML code of this page, and in that page, you can find whether the required element is there or not. If you want to verify the title is there or not. Okay. The particular page has a proper title or not. You see, the internet is there or not. You can verify that. Okay. Dot contains internet. Okay, like that you can write that boolean value true or false will come. Okay, such kind of verifications you can do in real time, but I'm not going to explain here. So, but hope everyone has understood what is the purpose of the get page source command. What it will do is clear for everyone. What the get page source command will do is clear for everyone. Yes, great. Okay, this is what is the get page source command, guys. This is what is the get page source command. Let's move on to the next one, submit command. submit command. What is the next command? Everyone type in the chat box, submit command. Everyone type in the chat box, submit command. The purpose of the submit command is to submit a form. What is the purpose of the submit command? Where we have to use the submit command? To submit a form. Everyone type in the chat box. Submit command is to submit a form. Submit command is used to submit a form. Okay. In real time, if you want to submit a form, then you can use this command known as submit command. Okay. I'll show you properly, guys. I'll take you to one application page URL, that is tutorialsninja.com/demo. Tutorialsninja.com/demo application. I'll take you. I'll go to the login page. This particular login page, this functionality is part of a form, yes or no? What do you say, guys? It's part of a form, yes or no? Yes, it is a form. How can I find that this particular box is part of a form? I'll inspect one of the field here. Let's say email address field. Click on inspect. Click on inspect. And if I inspect this email address field, this particular input field is part of a parent is form or not? Yes or no? Can you see the form HTML tag here? Inside the form only, you see whatever the elements that are there on the form, you can clearly see here. Just over the mouse, you see all these highlighted things on the UI. That is email address label, email address field, password label, password field, forgot password link, login button are all part of a form. Okay. If you want to submit this form, you can use submit button. Hey, how to use the submit button? How to use the submit button? Take any element on this form, whether you take this text box field or this password field or this login button, any element on the form you take and find the element and simply say dot submit. That's it. The form will be submitted. Let's say I would like to submit the form without entering any details. I would like to submit this particular form. Okay. Without entering any details, I would like to submit this form. So what will happen if I try to submit this form without entering any details? I'll get an error message saying that email address password doesn't match or something will come. That's okay. I'll inspect this email address field, guys. Here we have an ID. First of all, I'll copy this application URL. So I'll just explain the submit form here. I have to create a new class here. Right click new class, submit demo. With main method, I'll click on finish. And here write down the code. That is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Put a semicolon, Control+Shift+O. Simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize and driver dot get command. Provide the application page URL. The direct URL I'll provide for the login page. Okay. After going to this page, I'll take one of the element on this particular form. Either you can take email address field or password field or login button. Anything you can take. I'm taking the email address. One of the element on the form. One of the element which is there inside the form, you have to take this ID of the email address field which is there inside this form. I am taking and creating the web element like this driver.find_element by.id. This will find the email address field and simply say dot submit here. What will happen, guys? What will happen if I use submit with one of the element that is there on the form? The form will get submitted, guys. Okay. Using one of the element of the form, you can submit the form. Simple. Using one of the element on the form. We cannot use click command here. If you use click command, what will happen? The browser will be blinking inside the email address field. The browser will be blinking inside the email address field. Okay. If you click, the browser will be blinking inside the email address field. But if I use submit, what will happen? The form will be submitted to the server. The form will be whatever that will happen when you click on the login button, right? Automatically the form will be submitted, right? That will happen here. Got the difference? Click will only click on this and it will not submit the form, but submit will submit this form, okay, to the server with empty details. Let's assume that for now. Let's run this and see. We should get a warning message here. In this case, we should get a warning message because we are trying to submit the form without entering any credentials. Okay, we should get a warning message on the login page because we are trying to submit that login form without entering any credentials. See, take any of the field, email or password or login button and say dot submit. You see, the form is getting submitted. The page got reloaded, form got submitted. Warning, no match for email address and our password is coming. Is a browser blinking inside the email address field here? Tell me, guys, is a browser blinking inside the email address field? No, because we have not clicked inside the email address field. We have submitted the form. Rather, we have submitted the form to the server with zero credentials or no credentials at all. Okay. If you try to log in with zero credentials, what will happen? The same thing will happen, right? That's what is happening here. Okay, simple. That's what is happening. Okay. Now I'll show you how to log into the page using submit button. Login with submit button. Another use case I'll tell you. Login with submit button. What I'll do here is demo with main method. Click on finish. I'll write the code here. Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay. Then say driver dot get. Provide the application page URL of the login page. Okay. Here, what I will try to do here is I'll enter the credentials here. This time I'll enter the credentials, guys, into the email address field. Into the email address field. Into the email address field. I'll enter the valid email address. So I'll simply write down driver.findElement by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the email address. Dot which command I have to use? Send keys command I have to use. In the send keys command I have to type the email address, that is a valid email address. I'll type. I'll copy this and paste it here. After that, I would like to enter the password into the password field. Inspect this password field. Here we'll get the ID, guys. We'll get the ID for the password. We'll copy the ID of the password field and simply write down driver.findElement by dot ID of the password field, ID of the password field, and simply say dot send keys. Dot send keys. And here provide 12345 as a password, 12345 as a password here. Okay. After entering the email address and password here, you can take any of these particular fields on this particular form and submit the form. With these credentials, the form will be submitted. Okay. You don't even have to click on the login button. Take either email address field or password field. I'll take the password field, guys. Let's say earlier I took the email address field, right? This time I'll take the password field. This time I'll take the password field and simply says dot submit. Any of the element on the form you take, any of the element, whether it is email or password field element you take, and simply say dot submit. The form will be submitted with this credential system and you will be able to log in also. You'll be able to log in, guys. Just see that this script will log into the application with the given credentials, because form will be submitted to the server with the valid credentials. Before we submit the form, we are giving the valid credentials into the email field and password field, and using one of the field on the form, it may be email or password, we are submitting the form. Guys, tell me, guys, without clicking on that login button, we are able to log in or not here? By just submitting the form with valid credentials, we are able to log in or not? Yes, we can log in with submit button here, correct. Okay. So this is what is the submit button, guys. If you want to submit a form, we can do this. Okay. We can, if you want to submit, generally in real time, we don't use this kind of approach. Okay. Generally in real time, we don't use the submit command. This is just for knowledge purpose only. But in real time, we don't use that, guys. In real time, we don't use that. Okay. Mostly we'll use click commands and all those commands to click on the login button. What generally the user will perform to login, the same thing we'll try to replicate, but we should know that there's one command like submit command in Selenium automation, using which we can submit the form. That's what is the knowledge you have to gain. That's it. Okay. More than that, you don't have to understand anything else. Okay. Fine.
One question.
Questions?
Yeah. In the username support, suppose you enter some data and when you click on keyboard enter,
That also will do the same thing.
same thing, right? Oh,
Yes. If you enter the credentials and press enter key here, right? Okay. Same thing.
that's something.
Okay. It will submit the form internally. Enter key will submit the form. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Internally, there is direct command like submit command, or you can also press the enter key also. Here in place of this, right? In place of this driver.findElement submit, right? In place of the submit command, you can use send keys of keys.enter. That also will do the same job. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just copy this. Whatever your question is, I'm trying to do that. Dot send keys. Here I'll write keys dot enter. Okay, that's it. Put a semicolon. You can use any of these things in an alternative way. Okay, you can use this one also, because this is a real-time case. Okay, people don't use submit command to submit the form, but most of the people will use enter key. Some people have the habit of entering the username, password, and directly pressing the enter key so that the form will be submitted. They don't generally click on the login button, right? So this one also, we, as part of the automation scripts, we have to validate or verify. Okay, as part of our test cases, we should also include this kind of behavior of the user. Not every user will take the mouse and click on the login button, right? Some people will press the enter key directly, okay, as a shortcut. So that also we have to validate, guys. That also we have to automate. Okay, whatever the user generally does. In general, right? Not all users are same. Some people are habituated to use a mouse. Some people are habituated to use a keyboard keys. So we have to check everything, guys. Okay, we have to check everything. So this is also another case. This is also another case, but here we have only talked about submit command that we don't generally use in real time. But if someone asks you in the interviews what is the purpose of the submit command, you have to say that using submit command, using one of the element on the form, we can submit the form. Simple. That should be your answer. Clear, everyone? Clear? Using the submit button, using any of the element on the form, we can submit the form using submit button. That is the only answer you have to give. As part of interviews only, you have to run the submit command. In real time, we don't use. Either we use click command or we use this keys.enter command, keys.enter in send keys command. That's only we do. But we don't generally go with the submit command to submit the form in real time. Okay. Just for knowledge purpose, we should have that. Now, shall I go with the next command? Guys, can I go with the next command? Yes, great. Just type this name in the chat box, guys. Everyone type this name of the command in the chat box, get tag name. The name of the command is get tag name. Get tag name. So that you remember. All these are some additional commands, guys. Okay. Important commands are already completed. These are some additional commands that we are learning today. Get tag name. Sometimes it will be useful. Sometimes it will be useful. Get tag name will be useful for us. Not mostly, but sometimes we may have to use. So if you want to retrieve the HTML tag name of a particular element, okay, for example, if I go to this particular page, and here, this one has ID is equal to TA1 was there. I don't want to reveal the HTML code here. So don't want to reveal the HTML code of this text area field right now. ID is equal to what is there? TA1 is the ID of this. If I remember the HTML code, this text area field is having the ID as what? TA1. Okay. Now, using this ID locator of this text area field, using the Selenium automation script, I would like to get the HTML tag name of this text area field. What is the HTML tag name? Can anyone guess? If you remember, can anyone guess what was the HTML tag name of this text area field? Anyone remember? If you remember, type in the chat box, guys. What is the tag name of this text area field? This particular highlighted. Jesse is saying input. What about other people? Is it input or any other thing? Is it input or any other thing? If you agree with input, type input, guys. If you know, if ID is attribute. I'm not asking about attribute. I'm not asking about attribute. I'm asking about the tag name, whether it is anchor tag or input tag or whether it is button tag. Which tag I'm asking? So Chetan is saying input. Janavi is saying input. Manju saying input. Vikas saying text area. Monica saying type is not a tag name. Type is not a tag name. Only the possible tag names are IMG is one tag name. HTML is a tag name. Body is a tag name. Head is a tag name. Script is a tag name. Okay. A lot of tag names are there, right? Anchor tag is a is a tag name, like that. Type is not a tag name, Monica. Okay. So Vikas is saying text area. Ashish is saying text area. Few people are saying input. The answer is text area is the right answer, guys. Let's find it out. Okay. Without looking at the HTML code, let's find it out. How? I'll go to the script, create a new class. What is the name of the command? Get tag name command. I know the ID locator of that particular element, so I'm just directly using the ID name and trying to retrieve that. If you recollect what is the tag name, that's okay. Otherwise, now you'll get the answer in the output console here. Okay. Now you'll get the tag name of the HTML code of that particular element. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. Provide the application page URL. Provide the application page URL and come back here. Paste the URL and I have to find the element. That is a text area field. I want to find it out by dot ID is equal to what is the ID of the text area field. If I remember, that is TA1, and I would like to get the tag name. Dot get tag name. Dot get tag name. This is a command I'm using, guys. Okay, using method chaining mechanism. Object of this web element interface dot get tag name I'm calling. This get tag name return type is what? What is the return type of the get tag name? Tell me, guys. What is the return type of the get tag name? What is the return type of the get tag name? String. Okay, so I'll simply write tag name is equal to hover the mouse, create local variable. I'll print out this tag name. The answer will be revealed for you, whether it is input or text area. Let's find it out. Few people said inputs, few people said text area. Finally, I'll say driver dot quit. Let's see what tag name will be printed. After that, we'll verify and check the HTML code of that particular element also, apart from the script. Yeah, let's run the script. I have run the script, guys. It will open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, open the application page URL. It will try to get the HTML tag name of this particular text box, text area field, and close the browser. Once the page is loaded, you will get the HTML tag name of the text area field and close the browser. Okay. Text area is the tag name. What is the tag name, guys? What is the answer? What is the right answer? What is the HTML tag name of the text area field? Text area is the tag name.
Text area.
Type in the chat box, text area. I will prove you. Okay. Just right click on this text area field and select inspect option. You'll get the HTML code of the text area field. By select inspect option, if I select inspect, can you see the text area is the tag name here? For this text area field, can you see the text area is the tag name? Yes. This tag name, any element. For example, if you use the driver.find for the search button, what will be the tag name will be retrieved? If I try to locate the search button and say get tag name will return what? Input will be written here in this case. Okay. Like that, different elements will be there. If I try to locate this driver.find element, this particular image, and if I try to retrieve the tag name of this particular image, what is the tag name that will come? IMG will be coming. Okay. If I try to locate this hyperlink and try to retrieve the tag name of this hyperlink, what will be the tag name coming? Using get tag name, anchor tag A will
Anchor
be
text.
okay. Anchor tag will be coming. Okay. So everyone clear? Get tag name.
But what is the difference, sir? Attribute and tag name? That's a bit confusing. Tag name, yeah, we understood it is a link text, anchor text, and
Attribute means this href. Href is an attribute. Inside the starting tab, there can be multiple attributes. Okay, there can be multiple attributes. For example, this div is a tag name. Here class is an attribute. Data version is an attribute. ID is an attribute, like that. Okay. If you use get attribute means it will get the value of the given attribute. But if you say get tag name, it will get the tag name of that particular element in the HTML code. Clear?
Okay.
Here form is here in this, there was some form, right? I just went there somewhere. Here form is a tag name, action is the attribute. Action is the attribute, class is the attribute name, target is the attribute name, like that. Okay. If you want to get the tag name of this particular element, form will be retrieved. Okay, like that.
So what are the examples, sir? Form, text area, anchor text, and what else is there? Examples of tag name?
Image you can take IMG. Okay. Anchor tag, image, anything. You just inspect and find it out. Drop down field. You have select tag here. If you want to get the tag name of this particular drop down field, right? You will get the tag name as tag name will be retrieved as select. Okay, like different elements on the page. You don't have to do note down everything. Rather, you can say just if you want to find out the tag name, what you have to do? Right click on the element, select inspect option, and look at the HTML code. You can clearly see select is the tag name here. Okay, in that different options are there. What are the tag names of the options? Volvo option is having the tag name as option. This Swift option is having the tag name as option like that. Okay. So different elements on the web pages will have different tag names. You can inspect the element and find it out. Okay. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one, guys. Everyone type in the chat box. Next important command. Sometimes it will be very useful in real time. Okay. Get CSS value is the command.
Only in automation, why this one is helpful, sir? Getting tag names, and this is only for learning purpose, or in the real time when you automate any frameworks and all?
Get tag name we don't use much. Okay, get tag name we don't use much in real time. The command is there, but we don't use much. But get CSS value we use. There are some commands which are there, but we don't use. Okay, in real time we don't use, but there is command. Okay, someone asks you in the interview how to retrieve the tag name of a particular HTML element using the Selenium automation script. If they ask you, okay, we don't generally do that. But if there is a command here, but I never come across a automation script that I have written where tag name is retrieved for a purpose. I didn't get that. At least I use get page source or get CSS value I use, but get tag name I never use in my lifetime. Okay, but as part of our knowledge we have to use, because we don't know. Maybe in future we'll come across some application where, as per the client requirements, we have to verify the tag name of a particular element in real time. We don't know. Something will happen. In that case, we have to be ready with this knowledge of get tag name. Okay, but I have never used till now. Okay, so the next command is get CSS value, which is very important. Okay, get CSS value. You see, I already explained about HTML and CSS in the beginning of the sessions, right? The beginning of the sessions, I covered the HTML and CSS as a brief side. So every element, the styling is possible with the help of HTML or CSS, guys. What is the purpose of HTML? What is the purpose of HTML, guys? To create the structure of the web pages. But can the HTML, by writing the HTML, can be styled? No. For styling, what is required? For styling, what is required? CSS is required. Cascading style sheet technology is required. HTML means hypertext markup language, which can be only used for creating the structure of the web pages, whereas CSS can be used for creating the styling, applying the styling. For example, there is a doll. Okay, it just got manufactured. Okay, but the look and feel of that particular doll is not good at all, because it's just like a plain white color, some kind of stuff is there. Now some artist came and using some colors and all, gave different colors to the doll. That is called as styling. The styling is being done by CSS technology that I covered in the beginning of the sessions. So using get CSS value, we can get the CSS properties. Okay, we can get the CSS property of different elements. For example, if I go to this application page, tutorialsinja.com/demo, can you see the button here, guys? Can you see the button here? Guys, can you see the button here? 0 items kind of button is there. Yes, right? Can you, by looking this particular button, can you tell me what is the background color of this button? What is the background color of this button? Can you say? By looking at this particular button, what is the background color? It looks like black, right? Looks like black. Mostly I feel that it's like gray color. It looks like gray or black, in between some color is there. Okay, right? If you want to find out the actual color that is applied to the background color of this button, what you can do manually is right click on this particular button and select inspect option. Now, can you find the styling information in the HTML code? HTML code is all about structuring the page or creating the web pages using the structure that I explained in the beginning of the sessions, right? But here, HTML is only for creating the structure. But who will apply the styling? CSS. Where to find the CSS properties of this particular button? Where to find the CSS properties that got assigned to this particular button? Just go to the right side here. Under the elements, you only see the HTML code. But on the right side, you see styles kind of tab, sub-tab is there. Under the elements, styles sub-tab is there. Under the styles sub-tab, you see, you may see some color of the button and all. You see cart button, font size 12, some line is there. Let's try to find the color of the button, guys. Where is that color of the button? Let's find it out. Somewhere it will be there. Just find it out. Just scroll slowly or somewhere. Background image, some color is there. You see, these two colors are there. One is gray color, other one is, what if I change this color to some other color, what will happen? You see, when I hover the mouse, some color is coming. If I remove the mouse, red color is coming. Whatever the color I selected is applied or not. Temporary change. This is not a permanent change, this is a temporary change only. Let me inspect this button again. Let me inspect this button and see. I changed the color of the button somewhere here. You see, somewhere here I changed the color of the button, right? Where did I change? Just give me a second. Let me see the color of the button. Where background image. This color I think I changed. Okay. This color I changed. And there are two variations of colors here. Two colors are there. I will give another color here. Okay. Some green and some, Okay. You see, when I hover the mouse, what is happening? Two different colors are coming. Green color is coming when I do that. Okay. So this, where is the background color? Actually, black is a background color. Okay. Black is a background color and background image is this color. And when I select the background image, the color is changing. Okay. So to get these properties, for example, not only this background color, guys, you can also get the size. What is the font size here? I will refresh the page, guys. I'll refresh the page. Just give me a second. I'll take a very simple example instead of going with complex. I'll inspect this button again and I'll get the HTML code here. I'll get the font size. You see, what is the font size here? Font size is mentioned as what? Font size is mentioned as how much? Font size is mentioned as how much? 12px. Everyone type in the chat box what is the font size of this particular text that is there on the button. 12px. If I change it to 15px or let's say 32px, what is happening? Is the font size of the button changing? Text on the button is getting changed to 32px, yes or no? Yes or no? That proves that this is a particular thing. Why I'm changing the font size here? Just to prove you that this particular font size is a CSS property. CSS, get CSS something was there, right? What is the command name? What was the command name, guys? Get CSS value. Okay. Get CSS value of this particular CSS attribute. What is the CSS attribute we have here? What is CSS attribute? Font size is a CSS attribute. We have to provide to this get CSS value. It will get the CSS value of this particular font size CSS attribute. Okay. If I refresh the page, the original font size will come. This is a temporary change just to show you that that is a font size where it is impacting and all. Okay. If I want to get the font size of this particular text of text on this button, what I have to do? I have to use a command known as get CSS value, and to that command I have to pass an attribute, CSS attribute name known as font size, font hyphen size. Then I'll get this 12px as the output. Okay. If I want to retrieve this in real time, we will get some kind of requirements where as per the client requirement, we have to verify whether this particular text that is there on the button is of 12px size, yes or no. The user story or client requirement came where that as per the client requirement, the size of the text on the particular button should be in 12px. Is it correct or not? If you want to find it out, how to find it out? By passing this CSS attribute name, okay, to the get CSS value, you can retrieve the value and verify that. Okay. So let's work on that. So let's create a new class. Get CSS value demo. With main method, I'll create, click on finish. And here I'll write the code to get the CSS attribute value of a particular element on the page. There are different properties like color will be there, background color will be there. If you want to get the background color, you can use a different attribute, CSS attribute value. See, different CSS attribute you can use. If you want to get the font size of the text, you can use font hyphen size, whatever that is there. Okay, just inspect the element and find out which element, which attribute is matching with which element's styling purpose, and take that attribute value, CSS attribute value, and pass it to the get CSS value so that you can retrieve the value of that particular CSS attribute. Okay, so that's what we have to do. In real time, this is very useful, guys. In real time, this is very useful. So make sure that you remember this command. This is very useful. I have used this multiple times in my automation script. Okay, driver.get command. Provide the application page URL where this particular button is there. Copy this application page URL and paste it here. After pasting that here, what I want to do, driver.find element by dot. I'll try to locate this particular element. This particular element has multiple classes here. Our div ID is also there, but this button we have to see. This button font size is there, right? So this button only button. Copy all these classes, or is there any ID or something? No, right? Button type, button data type class. Okay, I'll take all these classes and simply write down / button @class is equal to view all the classes in the XPath expression. We cannot use a class name. Why we cannot use a class locator here? Tell me, guys, and can anyone say why we cannot use class locator here? You see, ID is not there, name is there, but class ID is not there, name attribute is not there, but class attribute is there. But why we cannot use a class attribute, class locator here? Yes.
Those are multiple classes, yeah,
Yes.
in between spaces.
Classes are there. BTN is one class. Which class I want to provide? We are not clear. That's the reason we cannot use class locator directly. So I'm creating the XPath expression here. Okay. With all the classes mentioning, I'm creating the XPath expression. It's locating that particular button. Copy this. Come back here. Write down by dot XPath. Give the XPath expression. We cannot use a class locator. It's not a proper class locator because single class is there means we can use that as a class locator. If in the class attribute, if there are multiple class attribute values, then we cannot use that as a class locator anymore. Okay. So I'll just write down semicolon here and then create a web element so that it's kind of very lengthy, right? I'll just create
CSS we cannot write, sir. CSS.
Yeah, we can write CSS also. I think so. The only change is that CSS // you have to remove, and @ symbol we have to remove. It will be the CSS character. Same. Okay.
Index we need to write, sir, because the above is index is there, na? Class is equal to button dot block is there.
Index, which index?
No, not there. Okay.
Not required. Only one element is being located, right? Why to go for index now?
So if you write by dot class, what will happen, sir? Without writing XPath, by dot ID, by dot ID.
By dot class will not work because there are multiple classes here. These values are multiple are there. BTN.
Gaps are there, huh? Gaps.
Gaps are there, right? That means there are multiple classes. These gaps are nothing but multiple classes.
If there is only if unique means you can write, no, sir? If there is no gaps,
just listen to me. BTN is one class. BTN hyphen inverse is another class.
Okay.
BTN hyphen block is another class. BTN hyphen LG is another class. Dropdown hyphen toggle is another class. How many classes are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using which class you want to locate, we don't know, right? That's the reason we cannot mention the class. Clear?
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it right? If there are multiple classes, I generally don't go with the CSS, this class name, class locator. I generally go with either XPath or CSS. Any of the things you can use. Okay.
Hello, Varun.
Yes. Yes, Manju.
When we write the XPath expression, can we go back to the XPath expression? So like here, like our motive should be, like this should be the unique. As it says 1 of 1, that is the unique, right? That's the way we can figure it out.
I didn't get that. Come again.
So when you write the XPath expression, like for example, as the earlier person said, we can use the why we cannot use the class. If we use the class, then it shows like multiple option here. One of
multiple
90 or
options
one
are
of
there,
50.
so we cannot use a class. When there are multiple classes, we cannot use a class locator.
It should be unique, right? Whenever you write the XPath, it should be unique, right?
It's not about XPath. Its class should be unique, basically.
Okay.
ID should be unique. ID, anyhow, most of the cases it will be unique as per the ethical norms. ID value will be unique most of the cases. Okay. Name attribute value cannot be unique because there is a possibility that multiple options can have the same name. But there may be some situations where maybe in forms or something, right? Different elements will have the different names. In that case, names can be unique. In that case, you can use a name locator if it is unique. And there may be some cases where multiple elements can have the same class. Just see here, if I right click here and inspect this option, what is the class coming? Hidden access, hidden SM, hidden EMD.
Yes.
If I inspect this account, what is coming again? Hidden access, hidden SM, hidden EMD, same thing. If I inspect the shopping cart, again you see hidden access, hidden SM, hidden EMD. Is it unique? Is the class unique here? No. So anyhow, we have to figure out a locator which is kind of unique. Ultimately, we have to figure out a locator which is kind of unique, okay, which can only locate only one element. How can we ensure that that particular XPath expression I have created is locating only one element? It's kind of unique. How can I find out? By writing that. Okay, here Control C, I copied all the classes, guys. Just I got an idea, like I will copy all the classes. This combination of the classes is only for this particular element, I thought. I'm just copying all the classes. Okay, there may be, if any other element is having the same set of classes, means it's not unique anymore. Okay, so Control F, /button @ class is equal to, I'll give all the classes. And you see how many elements are being located here? Can you tell me? 1 of 1 means how many elements are there? 1 of 1 means how many elements are there?
Just one.
Only one. For example, assume that using this XPath expression, you got 2 elements. What you will do? You put a circular bracket here. For example, using this XPath expression is not unique. By using even all these classes, you can do this kind of index concept. Okay, 2, 0 will come. Why? Because there are no 2 elements, right? Only one element in this case. You can give 1 also. Okay, so you don't have to give 1 here because only one element is there. So no need of providing the index here. Okay, clear? That indexing concept I'll explain during the in the upcoming sessions. XPath expressions and CS selectors, right? I'll cover that. Don't worry if you don't understand what I'm doing here. Okay, so if you don't understand this, simply right click on the button, go to selector sub and say copy relative XPath. Just you see /span ID is equal to cart total. This is coming. I don't want that. Inspect that. Right click here, selector sub, copy relative XPath. It's wrong XPath has it. This is the XPath expression you are getting using selector sub /button @ class. Okay, this is XPath expression you are getting, whatever I have written. So if you don't know how to write your own XPath expression, you right click here on the button, selector sub, copy relative XPath, paste it here. You see this is XPath expression you got. Copy paste the same XPath expression here. Okay, just copy paste the same XPath expression here. Able to understand now? We don't know how to create, use the selector sub add-on for a while. Okay, until I explain you how to create your own XPaths from scratch, how to create your own CSS selectors from scratch, you can use the help of selector sub for a while. Find element will return you the web element. What is the web element here? Cart button. Some name I am giving. Okay, for the web element. For the mouse, create local variable. Return type of the find element, that is web element interface will come. Cart button dot. How to get the CSS attribute value? How to get the font size of the font, which size of the font size of the text that is there on the particular button? How to get? Already when we inspected this, you can see on the styles tab, we got the font size and we verified that if I change this, the size of the text is getting changed, means this is the name of the attribute. Okay, copy this. After confirming that, get CSS value, and in the CSS value, give the CSS attribute name, that is font size. get CSS value will return what? What is the return type of the get CSS value? Tell me. What is the return type of the get CSS value?
String.
String. It's a string. String. I'll say f size is equal to, over the mouse on this, say create local variable and print it out, system.out.println, system.out.println f size, and simply write down driver.pit. Simply write down driver.pit and right click run as Java application, and observe that what will be the output, guys? Tell me what will be the output. Can anyone guess what will be the output if I print f size? Can anyone say what will be the output? 12px, right? 12px is the output you'll get. Yes, correct. 12px is the output, right? Okay, not only this font size, not only this attribute can be font size, there are many other CSS properties here. If you want to get the line height, in place of the font size, you give line height here. In place of the font size, you give the line height. If you want to get the color of the text, what is the color of this text? White color, right? If you want to get the color of the text, you give color there. Okay, different attributes you can give CSS. These are the CSS attributes, styling attributes. Okay, that you can give. So that get CSS value command, it will retrieve that and verify. Okay, as per the client requirement, sometimes we have to verify what is the size of the font, what is the height of the font, what is the color of the font. Okay, we have to verify that. So in that kind of client requirement cases, we have to use this get CSS value command. Everyone clear with this? Everyone clear with this get CSS value command?
Yes.
Clear, just type C in the chat box, guys. If it is clear, just type C in the chat box. C or S in the chat box, anything is fine.
Sir, without find element, we cannot get direct value, sir.
We cannot get that. Without finding the element, we cannot get the CSS value. This is not a browser level command. This is a element, a particular element. You are getting the CSS value, right? So we have to find the element only. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. The next command we have is the get size command. Next command we have is the
small doubt, sir, small doubt before going. So the
Yeah.
previous, can you go to the program, sir? There, just the small doubt only, not take much time.
I think I closed it.
So there you used the button actually. So if you don't write button in XPath, by.xpath button. So if you don't write button, if you put star, what will happen, sir?
It will work. It will work. It will work most probably. Star means any tag. You see, you are taking me to the XPath expressions, but I have not covered the topic yet. Okay, don't worry about that. Fine.
Okay, fine. Fine.
That will come when I teach you all the XPath expressions and CS selectors and asterisk symbol, everything. I'll cover that. Don't worry, that is pending from my side. Okay. When the time comes, I'll cover all the XPath expressions and CS selectors. It will take the entire week anyhow. Okay. So the entire week we'll be covering only the XPath expressions and CS selectors, because in real time, when you attend the interviews, they'll ask you a lot of questions on they'll randomly ask you, take this element and create this HTML code of the element, create a locator for that, XPath expression for that. They'll ask you. You should be able to write that. Okay. So that all these things I'll cover in the upcoming sessions. Don't worry. So everyone type in the chat box the next command, get size command. Get size is the next command.
Arun, one doubt.
Yeah, please.
In that get CSS value, suppose if we pass the color,
You'll get the white color.
then it would return the hexadecimal value, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, it may not return whatever the exact thing. Okay. So in real time, you will get a different value. Most probably, I have seen that. Yes, whatever your question is 100% right. So here you will not get this value. Here, what is there? Some hash FFF is there, right? Instead of that, you will get some kind of some other value you will get. Okay. So which is equivalent, it's a converted value of this particular thing you will get, but we'll discuss about that during the real-time automation steps. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a real-time case there.
Okay.
When I show you automate and show you right different automation scripts, in one of the case you will come across such kind of situation that you are asking already. So how to verify that and all. So that I'll cover during upcoming sessions when we deal with the real-time challenges. Okay. Till then you wait.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
deviated. Main purpose is to understand the commands only, but the question is right. We'll take it later.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure.
When the time comes, we'll take it later. So the next command is get size command, guys. The next command is the get size command. Okay. So what is the purpose of the get size command? The purpose of the get size is, as the name speaks, it will give you the height and width of the element. Whatever the element you take, if you want to get the height and width. For example, the search box field. Is the height of the search box field is same as the width of the search box field? Tell me, guys. Is the height of the search box field is same as the width of the search box field? No, right? They are different. Now, if I want to find the height and width of any particular element on this web page, if I want to find the height and width of any particular element on the web page, I have to use which command? Tell me. I have to use which command if I want to find the height and width of any particular element on the web page? Get size command.
Get size.
Get size is a command we have to use. For now, I'll try to find the height and width of the search box field. Okay, because you can see a different height here, different width here, so you'll not get confused. So I'll try to get the height and width using get size command. I'll get the height and width of the get size command demo. Okay, get size command demo with main method I'll create. Click on finish, and here I'll write the automation script, that is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver general script, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get provide the application page URL where the search box field is available. Now, to find the height of this particular height and width of this button, I have to find this element or not. Using the find element, I have to help the Selenium in finding the search box field, yes or no, to find the height and width of this particular search box field. Yes, we have.
Yes.
Right? Inspect this search box field, and you get the HTML code of the search box field. And it doesn't have any name. ID is not there, but name is there. I'll go with the name here. Create a web element here. Driver dot find element by dot name locator. Provide the name locator of the search box field. This particular thing, find element, will find the search box field on the web page, and the return type of the find element is what? The return type of the find element is web element. So this is nothing but a search box field. Search box field. Okay, or you can directly say dot also, dot get size also, you can do that. Okay, but sometimes I'll directly use method chaining mechanism. Sometimes I'll create the web element, guys, so that you will remember both of the cases. Okay, randomly I'll use the method chaining mechanism without creating the web element. Directly I can perform the commands, or I'll create the web element and using this object reference I can perform the commands. Both are possible. Okay, but randomly I'll take, because you have to remember both of the cases. Okay, what is the command, guys, to get the height and width of the this particular search box field? What is the command? Get size is the command. Get size is a command. So what is the return type of the get size? What is the return type of the get size? What is the return type of the get size? Can you see here what is the return type of the get size? Dimension. Okay, over the mouse on this, I'll just see dimension. D is equal to, otherwise I'll say simply say D is equal to, over the mouse, create local variable. The return type will, dimension will come. Let's find out what dimension is. Is dimension a class or interface? Is dimension a class or interface here, guys? Tell me. Is dimension a predefined class or interface? It's a predefined class of Selenium library. Dimension is a predefined class of Selenium library. And using this object reference of the class, I'll simply write down system.out.println d dot. If I want to get the height of this particular search box field, which attribute I have to use? This is not a method, guys. This is a variable, predefined variable of the dimension class. Okay, predefined variable of the dimension class. I can use that. Okay, so d dot height. So I can also write like this: system.out.println d dot. Another one is width. Or there are alternative ways also, guys. System.out.println d dot get height. Either use d dot height or d dot get height. Both will work in the same fashion. For now, I'll just remove this one. First, let's try to get the height and width of that particular thing. First, I'm printing the height, guys. First, I'm getting the height in pixels. We are getting the height of this particular search box field in pixels, and width of the search box field we are getting in pixels. Right click, run as Java application. So here, whatever the element I provided, that search box field, for that particular element, web element, that is search box field web element, we are finding the height and width using the get size command. The return type of the get size command is dimension class. Using the object reference of the dimension class, we can call the x and y variables, or get x or get y also. Methods are also there. So how many pixels the height is there? What is the height? How many pixels the height is there, guys? Tell me. By looking at this output, tell me what is the how many pixels are there for the height? 40 pixels height. Width pixels, how many width pixels are there? 374 is the pixels of width. You see, you can clearly see that the height is very less and width is bigger. 374 is the width, 40 pixels is the height. Okay. Now there are other ways also. You can comment this part, and you can also write like this also. System dot. Some people will use like this also. D dot, instead of using height variable, they will use get height method. System.out.println d dot get width method. Okay, get width method. Run this code. Either they can use a variable or method. Both are same, guys. I generally prefer to use the variables, guys. I generally prefer to use the variables instead of methods. They look very simple, right? I generally prefer to use the variables rather than the methods, though there is a possibility. We generally have everyone in the industry will use. Let's the script run and see you are getting the same height and width. Okay. So what is preferable, guys? Variables or methods? Which one is preferable? Variables or methods? Which one is preferable? Variables are preferable. Predefined variables of the dimension class are preferable. So in real time, some people will write like this also. Driver.find element, search box field. They'll not create the web element. Simply they will say dot get size. Simply they will say, you'll see some people writing like this using method chaining mechanism. They'll use get size. What is the return type of the get size? Dimension. So this is nothing but the object of the dimension. So dot height they will say. Okay. Dot height they will say. They'll print it out. System.out.println, system.out.println, and they'll print it out. Okay, this particular height. The return type of the height is some int or something will be there. Okay, that you can store also, or you can directly print it out like this. Okay, they can write in a single line also. They don't have to write this many lines. These 3 lines they don't have to write in a single line. They can complete. Similarly, system.out.println in the println driver dot find element, this particular element, search box field element. They'll provide the search box field element and simply say dot get size and dot width they will say. Okay, like this also you can write the code, guys. Both are same. Using method chaining mechanism, you can write like this also. Okay, if you don't want to write multiple lines, you can follow this format also. Right click run as Java application. You'll get the same thing, guys. 40 and 374 you will get in the output. Okay, either you can descriptively write that, or you can write in a single line using the method chaining mechanism. Sorry. Let's see we are getting the height and width or not. 40 and 374. Yes, it is coming. Clear, everyone? How I have written this particular thing is clear for everyone? Guys, everyone is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Get used to this kind of format, guys. Okay. So I'm making your understanding easy. You should not by heart the stuff. Okay. You have to know what is the internal technical concepts. Okay. Why people are writing like this? Why people are writing like this? If you are very experienced, right, you will not use this process. You'll use this kind of process. You'll see some kind of experienced automation engineers will write like this rather than like this. They will use driver.find element dot get size dot height dot width, like that they will write. Okay. So you should not get confused at that point of time how the guy is writing like this. You should not get confused. If you know the basics, you'll know the things better. Okay, fine.
Sir, same thing we can use by.css, no? Instead of by.name, you can use by.css, no?
Why you want to go priority wise? Name is the highest priority, right? We will generally go with the name only. Even though CSS is possible, we'll not go with CSS.
Yeah, but that is also possible, no, sir? We can write.
Possible, but we should not go.
Mhm.
As per the priorities, we have to use name locator only. Okay. First ID. If ID is not possible, go for name. If name is not possible, go for class name. If class name is not possible, go for link text. Link text is not possible, go for CSS or XPath. Okay. That's the priority order. Fine. If name is there, why you want to go for XPath is not a correct approach. Okay. If name is not properly there, then you go for the XPath or CSS. Fine. Anyhow, let's go to the next one. That is get location. Everyone type in the chat box get location. Get location command. Everyone type in the chat box get location command. Get location is the name of the command using which we can get the X and Y coordinate position. You see, on this particular page, if you go to this particular website page, guys, there are different elements on the page. Every element is not in the same position. For example, the search box field is X coordinate position is this one, Y coordinate from the browser starting onwards to here. What is the Y position? Okay, this is X, this is Y. If I take one more element, for example, if I take this Q of X, X is this one, Y is X is this one, Y is this one. Vertical one is Y. Okay, horizontal one is X. For example, if I take this button, black color card button, X is this one, X is more, Y is less. From the top of the page to the here, Y is less. Distance is less. From the left corner of the page where my mouse is moving to the button, that is X coordinate. From the top of this particular page to here is a Y coordinate. Okay. For example, if you take this particular, any other image, let's say this particular thing, if I take, okay, X is this much, X is this much, and y is from here to that particular image, like that. Okay. So every element on the page will be positioned at a particular position. So there may be some client requirements where they want to check, they want you guys to check whether the elements are placed at a proper location, yes or no. For example, the search button, the X position is here and Y position is here. As per the client requirements, the positioning of this particular button on the page, the search button on the page is correct or not, we have to find. If you want to find that, using Selenium automation script by retrieving that X and Y coordinate position of that particular button and verifying whether the client given X and Y coordinate positions are matching and then passing the test, we have to use which command? Guys, tell me, to get the X and Y coordinates positions of the positioning of that particular button or any element. We have to use which command? Get location.
Get location.
And we have to use, I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to get the location of that search button on the web page. Okay. Get location is the command, get location demo. Okay. With main method, I'm going to create, click on finish. And here inside the main method, I'm going to write Chrome driver is equal to Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver, Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get, and here double quotes, give this application page URL. Okay, so I want to find the X and Y coordinates positions of a particular button. What is the button that I want to find the X and Y coordinate positions? This particular button. In order to find the X and Y coordinate, X coordinate is from here to here, Y coordinate is from here to here. Okay. X coordinate position is from here to here and Y coordinate position is from here to here. In order to find the X and Y coordinate positions, so what I have to do is I have to find this particular button, guys, without finding the this particular element using Selenium. We cannot do that. So here I'll right click on this particular button, go to selectors hub and say copy relative XPath and paste it here. So you see this particular XPath expression is coming. I'll copy this XPath expression and come back here and simply write down driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression and give the XPath expression here for that particular search button. Here simply say search button. Using selector sub, I found the XPath expression for this particular button. If ID is not possible, name is not possible, class name is not possible, then the link text is, it's not a link text, is not possible. Then finally we have to go with XPath expressions and CSS selectors. Go to the search button and simply write down dot which command? Get location command. What is the return type of the get location command? What is the return type of the get location command? Tell me, guys. What is the return type of the get location command? When I hover the mouse, it's the return type is coming. What is the return type of the get location command? Point is a location. Okay. Return type. P is equal to some name P I'm giving. Create local variable. The return type will come here. Just open the declaration here and see that it is a predefined class in Selenium library. Point is I think it's belong to not Selenium library, guys. It belongs to Java. Okay, it's belong to Selenium only. Sorry. Package is there na OpenQA Selenium. So point is a class. It belong import Java utils. P is from Selenium library only. Selenium only. Okay, fine. It belongs to Selenium library only. That's fine. Okay. Now, if I want to get the X coordinate position, I have to say P dot X or get X also I can use. P dot X I can use or P dot get X also I can use. Get X, both are fine. P dot X is very simple. I'll use P dot X generally. Okay. The variables are very simple to use when compared to the methods. So I don't want to go with a method. This also will work fine, but P dot X is fine. It's better to use. Then if you want to get the Y coordinate position, P dot Y or get Y I can use. I'll use a Y here. Here P dot get Y also you can use. In alternative ways are there, but X and Y are preferable to use. Okay. And simply write down driver dot switch and run this, right click, run as Java application and observe that X and Y coordinates positions, X and Y coordinate position of that particular search button should be printed in the output console for us. Using the print statements, I am printing P dot X and P dot Y, point dot X, point dot Y. You see, X coordinate position is 952 and Y coordinate is 64. That's correct only. Why? Because you see, this button is from the left side. If you see from the left side of the screen where my mouse cursor is there, from there, if you calculate, this is more size, right? And from the height, from here to here, it is only 62. From here to here, it's something around 952. Okay. This is X coordinate position. This is a Y coordinate position, guys. Okay. So instead of writing like this, is there any simplest way to write using the method chaining mechanism? Can anyone type in the chat box? Using method chaining mechanism, can anyone type in the chat box? the single line I want to write using print statement also. Along with print statement, you have to write. In a single line, you have to write. You have to get the x coordinate position, and another single line you have to get the y coordinate position. In a single line using the method chain, you don't have to write this many lines. Only 2 lines you should be able to get this done using method chaining. Can anyone write in the chat box? Can anyone type in the chat box the entire method chaining statement? Instead of creating the web element, instead of creating the return type as point and all, directly if you want to get the x and y, what we have to do is, can anyone type in the chat box the solution? System.out. Satya has already typed system.out.println driver.find element by.xpath. Yes. Dot get location. Yes. Dot x. That's correct, Satya. Yes, that's 100% right. Satya's version is even more better. TP, your version is like you have to create this web element, right? I don't want to create the web element. Okay, so I was expecting not to create the web element. Directly in the print statement, single line, I want to finish up the thing. Driver.find element, I have to write for example here. Driver.find element, I will write. After that, driver.find element dot get location dot x. That's it. Simple. Similarly, I can write this driver. Where is the system.out.println? I would write this inside the system.out.println, guys. Just give me a second. I think that is done. Okay, sorry. I've written in a different command. That's okay. Instead of println command, I have written in the quit command. There's a problem. Just copy this part, paste it in the println statement, and say get location dot x. Similarly, system.out.println driver dot find element by dot xpath, give this xpath expression of the element and say dot get location dot y. Using the method chaining mechanism, I can get this done, and still I'll get the same output, that is 950 to 164 or 62, I think so. I don't remember. Let's see the output. Okay, in a single line we can get the things done. You may see some people writing like this, so you should not get confused. So you should practice both the ways. Should practice both the ways, guys. Method chaining and without method chaining, both the ways you have to practice to get the complete knowledge of the commands. You see 952 and 64. Fine. Clear. Everyone clear with this? Everyone clear with this? Great. You see, in the latest versions of Selenium, there came another command known as getRect command. Okay, which contains all the things that getSize can do and getLocation. Instead of using separate commands to get the height and width of the particular element or to find the x and y coordinates, we have separate commands, right? Instead of that, we can use a single command which came in the latest versions of Selenium. In Selenium 4 version we got. In which version of Selenium we got the getRect command? In which version of Selenium we got this getRect command? In Selenium 4 version we got this getRect command, which is a combination of these two commands. If you don't want to use separate command for getSize and getLocation, we can use getRect command, which can get the height, width, x coordinate position and y coordinate position. Everything you will get, guys. Everything you will get. Okay, how to use this getRect command to get the height of that particular element, width of the particular element, x coordinate position of the element and y coordinate position of the element. I'm going to show you right now using the getRect command. If you understood getSize, getLocation, it doesn't take much time, guys. getRect will not take much time. I'm going to cover in a faster way anyhow. Okay, right here is the latest version command, Selenium 4 version. It got introduced. GetRect command demo, which can get you the both height width, x coordinate position and y coordinate position. Everything will come in the single command, guys. You don't have to use separate commands and remember separate commands here. Okay, that's what is the getRect command. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. And Control Shift O, simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get command, provide the application page URL, and yeah, after providing the application page URL here, I want to find the height, width of this particular search box field, x coordinate position and y coordinate position of this search box field I want to find. I'll inspect the search box field. The search box field has a name locator. As per the priorities, I have to take the name locator over the XPath expressions and all. Find element by dot name. By dot name. First, I'll write in a formal way. That is a general way. That is the return type of the find element is a web element. That is nothing but the search box field. Search box field is equal to search box field element is equal to hover the mouse on the search box field and create local variable and simply write down search box field dot get rect. Another command is get rect. The return type of the get rect is what, guys? What is the return type of the get rect? Tell me, guys. What is the return type of the get rect? Just type in the chat box. What is the return type of the get rect? Is it point? No, it's
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Okay, it's rectangle. So here rect is equal to some name I am giving and return type will be coming here. Okay, I'll take this rect. Simply write down system.out.println rect dot height of that particular search box field. System.out.println rect dot width of that search box field. Okay, system.out.println rect dot x. System.out.println rect dot y. You see all the 4 commands are coming here. You see all the height is coming, width is coming, x is coming, y is coming. Whatever the commands height and width which are there in the get size command, get size kind of thing are coming here with the rect. And also the location, x coordinate position and y coordinate position which belong to the get location are also coming in the rectangle. Okay, this is what is the purpose, guys. Here we can also use a rect dot rect dot get height, get width. All these alternative comments are also there, but I prefer to use the variables here. And simply at the end I'll write driver.width. Okay, here first we have to get the height, then width, then x and y. Okay, right click run as Java application. This command is a combination of the previous 2 commands which has been introduced in the latest version of Selenium, that is Selenium 4. The previous version of Selenium, yes, correct. Yeah, we can do that. Method chaining, we can do that. I'll give that as an assignment anyhow. So 40 is the height, 374 is the width, 579 is the x coordinate position, 63 is the y coordinate position. Okay, now guys, I'm giving an assignment for you. You have to write in the method chaining mechanism to print the height, width, x and y that I have shown you in the get location and get size commands. Okay, same thing you have to apply here. I'm not going to take that. You have to try it by yourself. Okay, that's an assignment for you. Fine. Anyhow, let's move on to the next one. Full screen. We generally don't use full screen in real time, guys, but we have to have the knowledge of the full screen command. Okay, so what is a full screen command? I'm going to cover now. For example, guys, if I show you this particular application page, do you think this particular page is displaying in full screen mode? Do you think this particular application page is displaying in full screen mode or maximize mode? Which mode it is there? Is this full screen
Maximize.
mode? Maximize mode. It is maximize mode. It's called as maximize mode. Okay. If I do like this, it is a resized mode. It's not a maximize, it's a resize mode. This is a maximize mode. If I select this minimize option, it's called as minimized mode. But is there any other mode like apart from the minimize mode, maximize mode, and resize mode? Is there any other mode? Yes, there is one more mode known as full screen mode. We generally don't automate the scripts in full screen mode. Okay, but we have to have the knowledge, guys. Since the commands are there, we have to learn them. Okay, but we generally don't use full screen mode in real time, but we have to learn them. Okay, if I have to manually see this particular page in full screen mode, what I have to do? Anyone know the process? If I want to manually view this particular page in full screen mode instead of maximize mode, what I have to do? Tell me, guys, what I have to do manually. I'm not taking
double click on the tab. I mean the top of the screen.
Here.
Yeah, double click. Yeah.
Okay.
On the top of the level, yes.
It's not coming.
We can right click and then maximize the full screen from there.
Right click. Is there any full screen option? No. Then right click. Is there any full screen option? No. Where is the option then?
Over here on the right corner.
Yes, on the right corner, 3 dots are there, right? Click on the 3 dots. And can you see this option here? Full screen option. Under the 3 dots, can you see this square option like full screen is coming as a tooltip? Click on that. Now the page has been displayed in the full screen mode. Can you see the page in full screen mode? When the page is in full screen mode, you will see this X mark coming in the Chrome browser, and also the address of this page is not coming. Can you see the web address?
No.
Web page address is coming? No. The full screen mode web page address is not coming. If you want to do if you want to come out of that, either click on this X mark or press escape key on the keyboard. I think we have to press the escape key or something. If it is not working fine, just click on this X mark, it will come out. Okay. You see, this is a full screen mode. Okay. This is a full screen mode. Some message was coming already. You see, when I click on this, some message was coming. To exit full screen, press and hold escape key. Press and hold escape key. It's not coming out, but to come out of the full screen mode, escape key is not working for me somehow. But it was saying that it is possible. That's okay. Let's not do R&D on that. But now you understood what is the full screen mode. If you want to open the application page using Selenium WebDriver in full screen mode, what is the command we have? What is the command we have? Though we don't use this in real time, what is the command we have here? Full screen is a command. Full screen is a command. Okay. So here I'm going to write the command here. Full screen. Full screen. Full screen. Command demo. So all additional commands, guys. We don't have to learn them, even though it's fine. If you have to learn, also you can learn. Otherwise, you can ignore also. There are many commands are there in Selenium automation, like a dictionary, but main important commands I'm covering anyhow. So today, whatever that is left out is additional commands only. Control Shift O, simply write out driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver. So here I'm maximizing the browser window. I don't want to maximize. Here there are this particular window, return type of the window is what, guys? What is the return type of the window? What is the return type of the window? If you remember, return type of the window is a window. Okay. This particular window has a lot of predefined methods. Like, what are the predefined methods that I'm using as part of method chaining? One is maximize, or I can also use what? I can also have a command known as minimize command. There's a command known as minimize. Apart from maximize, minimize, this window return type of the window, that is window class, has other command known as full screen also is there. In place of the maximize, minimize, we can also use full screen. Okay. Now run the script and see whether this. I'll open the application page URL here, driver.get command, and open the application page URL. Otherwise, it will not look good. Copy this application page URL. Okay, and run the script and see whether it is opening in the full screen mode. There are a lot of issues with the full screen mode. People don't use in real time anyhow, but this is just for knowledge purpose. This is just for knowledge purpose, guys. What is the full purpose of the full screen mode? Full screen command is only for knowledge purpose. We don't use in real time. Okay, you see, the browser will be changed to the full screen mode. Can you see that? Address is not coming, X option is coming, means it's a full screen mode clearly. Okay. That's it, guys. Okay. Sometimes maybe according to the client requirements, if the elements has to be displayed properly in the full screen mode, you can verify that. But it's not that much, it's there. In real time, I have never used that, guys. Okay. In real time, I have never used it. Okay. Normal mode only we generally use a browser with. So very rare cases, we have to go with them in full screen mode. Okay. Use it to display the web page in the full screen mode. Now set the size is another command. In place of maximize, in place of minimize, in place of full screen, you can also use another mode, that is set size. I told you right when I launched this browser, this is a maximize mode, this is a resize mode, this is minimize mode. Okay. And apart from that, this is a full screen mode. I told you all the different modes. One of the mode that is not covered. What is another mode that is not covered, guys? What is another mode that is not covered? Resized mode. This is resized mode. Okay, this is resized mode, or we can set the size also. You can decide how much height should be there, how much width should be there. Okay, you can change that. Okay, so let's try to do that. Set size command. All additional commands, guys, you don't have to take them seriously, but you have to have the knowledge of them. But we don't use them in real time that much. Very rare cases, according to the client requirements, we may use, but not really. You have to use. It's not a general commands. Okay, some rare cases we have to come across this command of usage commands or usage of commands. Okay, or use these commands. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O and simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot. Here in place of the maximize, minimize, what I'm going to use here, first I'll use driver dot get command, guys. Okay, so that we can see the application page URL opened there. At least I'll give the URL, and here instead of the maximize, minimize, full screen and all, I'm going to use a command known as set size. Set size. And here we have to give in the set size, what I have to give, guys? What is the thing that I have to give to set the size? Dimension I have to give. Okay. How to give the dimension? To give the dimension, guys, you have to write the dimension here. Dimension dot dimension. There will be some way, guys. Okay, I don't remember that much, but let's try that out. Where is the set size? Use it to resize the browser window and specify dimensions. So what is that command? I have to remember dimension is equal to new dimension. Okay, I'll create like this. Hold the mouse on this dimension class and import this dimension class from. We have to give this dimension, or which dimension I have to give here. Okay, let's hold the mouse, go to this and click on this so that we can understand. From Selenium library we have to give. Okay, this dimension class from Selenium library. Hover the mouse and import it from Selenium library. And here the constructor cannot be empty. You have to give the height and width. Okay. First, what is that? We don't know what is height, what is width here. I'm just assuming that first one is height and second one is a width for a while. So I'll just give 200 by 600. I'll give. Okay, let's see what will happen. I'll pass this dimension here and run the script and see which dimension is coming. Is it changing according to the 200 and 600? It will be clear for us. 200 is a height or 600 is a height. It will be clear for us. You see, 200 is a width. You can clearly see that 200 is a width and 600 is height. Okay. If I change it like this, if I change this to 600, it will 200 was the width, right? Now 600 will be the width and 200 will be the height. This is width and this is height, guys. First one is width, second width is height. Okay. Now run the script again. Run the script again. 600 is the width, 200 is the height. Simple. First one is the width, comma. And just for remembering, I'm writing here width, comma, height. Okay. So this dimension we have to verify and give it to the argument as a set size command of the window class. Okay. Here, run this using method chaining. We are getting this done. Run the script and observe that you'll get 600 as width and 200 as height for the page. You open the application page URL, and after that it will set the height to 200 and width to 600. You see, you can see clearly height is 200 pixels and width is 600 pixels. Okay, so this is how the thing came. This is how the browser came. You can see that here. You can drag it and see that here. So able to understand, guys, how to set the size according to your own size. You can set it. Okay. Very rarely we'll use these commands, guys. It's only for knowledge purpose. We don't use these commands very depth. These are not in-depth commands. Last two commands are left out, guys. We'll try to complete them. Next one is the get class command. Okay, get class command. Use it to retrieve the class name of the provided object. Using get class command, we can get the class of the provided object. For example, here, guys, if I write some script here, right click new class, get class. This is an additional command, guys. You don't have to remember this. This is for additional case, for knowledge purpose I'm covering. Don't use in real time. Very rare cases we may use this kind of commands, but let's find it out. Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. I'm writing some script, guys. I'm writing some script. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. Provide the application page URL. Provide the application page URL. I'll give the application page URL. After that, I'll get the title of the page. Get title of the page. Let's assume some sample random thing I'm giving. String. Title of the page will be written in the string format. String page title. Page title is equal to page title is equal to. And here I'll print the title of the page system.out.println. Page title. And after doing all this operation, during in the middle of the script, I want to find out on which browser I'm running the automation script. On which browser this particular script is getting run, I want to find out. How to get that? How to get to know that in which browser I am running the script. Using Selenium automation, I have to find out on which browser I am running the script. I want to print out like script is getting run. Script is running on Chrome browser, or script is running in Firefox browser. Script is running in Edge browser. Like that, I want to get the output. How to get that? Simple thing, guys. Driver dot. If you want to get the class which is declared for this particular driver, right? This Chrome driver means Chrome driver means Chrome browser, right? So what we can do, driver dot get class command you have to use. Okay, the return type is class, but we cannot print it out, and you have to say get simple name. Okay, when you say get simple name, it will convert the class into the class name. The Chrome driver will be returned here. Okay, string Okay, string browser name is equal to for example, if I write the code like this, okay, if browser name dot equals, if it is equals to Chrome driver, if the otherwise I'll just give, instead of browser name, I'll give driver name. Okay, based on the driver name I can decide, right? If driver name dot equals to Chrome driver, then the script is running on which browser, guys? The script is running on which browser? Script is running on Chrome browser. I'll print it out. Okay, else if driver name dot equals, if it is Firefox driver, if the name of the class that is declaring this driver using the get class name, the return type of the class name is what? Class. And using the object of the class, we are calling this get simple name. To convert the class into the proper string format name, we have to use get simple name method. Okay, and this is the actual method, but the return type of this method, using that object, we can call this method to get the string format. And if the driver name is matching with the Chrome driver, that means the script is running on the Chrome browser. If the driver name is matching with Firefox browser, means the script is running on which browser? We can print it out. Script is running on Firefox browser. We can say Firefox browser. I'll write the script very faster. Okay. Else if driver name dot equals, here I'll write down edge driver. If that is if that particular driver is declared with edge driver class, then I'll write down system.out.println. Script is running on edge browser, and finally else if driver name dot equals, if it is Internet Explorer driver, the class name is Internet Explorer driver of the driver, system.out.println. Script is running on edge browser in IE mode. Else if, final one, guys, finally the final one, driver name dot equals, if it is Safari driver. Okay, in that case I'll write down system.out.println. Script is running on Safari browser. I'll write, and finally I'll write driver dot which. Okay, now run the script and see what is happening. Right click, run as Java application. Just see the script is running on Chrome browser, should be printed, guys. We are retrieving the class name which has actually declared the driver object, and from the driver object we are retrieving the class name and finding out on which browser the script is running. Okay, the current script is running on Chrome browser. We got the correct answer only. The title of the page got printed and script is running on Chrome browser also got printed. Everyone clear with this example? Just type C in the chat box if it is clear. This is an additional command. You don't have to learn, but I'm still trying to explain that. Okay. What is the next command? Page load timeout. Guys, I'll explain about the page load timeout during the waiting mechanism. This one I have to. It's part of the older notes, but this I'll not cover today. This I'll be covering as part of the advanced concepts. As part of the advanced concepts in waiting mechanism of Selenium, I'll cover this. Okay, it will be covered to you during the waiting mechanism of Selenium. For now, I'll not cover this one. We'll postpone that. Otherwise, we'll get confused here. Okay, this is not the right time to cover that. Get page load timeout will be covered during the waiting mechanism concept. Okay, so for today, this much, guys. We are done with all the commands in this getting started list. Okay, Selenium 4 session 11. So tomorrow, guys, we'll start with Java, or we also have one more task, that is a lot of people are asking for notes and recordings, locations and all. They are getting confused. So tomorrow I'll take some time. I'll explain something like, I'll explain a very simple topic maybe, and along with that simple topic, I'll also work with you guys on preparing that Excel sheet containing, Google sheet containing all the references from where you can refer all the stuff in a single place. Okay, for batch 1, batch 2, whatever the batches, everything we'll try to do it tomorrow. Okay, so for that I need your assistance. So I'll cover one of the Java concepts, and followed by that, I'll cover the documentation also. Okay. Tomorrow, attend the session because I'll be covering some concepts also. At same time, I'll be doing that documentation part also. Okay. So as a mix of the things, documentation and things will be there. So anyone, just wait for one more day, guys. If you are waiting for one more, just wait for one more day. Tomorrow, we'll get all the complete notes and all, like all the notes, all the tool drive links, everything we'll get tomorrow. The code, everything we'll get. We'll spend enough time to segregate all the stuff and use a sheet there to get the things done. Okay. So try to attend tomorrow's session and just contribute there and guide me there so that things will not be confused. If anyone face any confusion there, I can modify the sheet tomorrow for you. But for today, this much, guys. But today, this much is the thing. And next topic will be on advanced. It's not advanced Java, it's core Java only, but advanced topics of core Java. The remaining advanced topics, it generally takes 5 days, guys. They generally take 5 days. 5 topics are there, 5 days they will take. Okay. I'll try to complete this in 5 days, the remaining portion of Java, and then I'll move on to the XPath expressions and CS selectors. After that, I'll move on to the advanced topics of Selenium. Okay. Then we'll go to the framework concepts and frameworks. And once the frameworks are done, Jenkins CI/CD will be done. Once the CI/CD is done, we'll move on to the weekend format. On the weekends, I'll try to show you how to automate the stuff. Okay. How we'll take real-time challenges. We'll do a lot of stuff. Okay. On the weekends. That's the plan, guys. That is the plan. Okay. So if anyone have any questions, you can let me know now. Guys, anyone have any questions? I'll upload this code meanwhile. You can, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll upload this code into the GitHub repo as I have done yesterday. I'll go to the location and copy all these files. If anyone have any questions, just let me know. I'll just clear your doubts right now.
It's a general question, Arun.
Please.
Earlier we
Okay.
discussed a little bit.
Okay.
On
Sure.
the Chat GPT or Google, when AI gives us the answer,
Yes.
is that the collective average answer, or how accuracy is that?
Okay. So yes, the Chat GPT, what it is doing is, instead of giving the search results, right, multiple search results, it's kind of collecting the what people are believing. It's trying to estimate. Okay. Sometimes it may be wrong. Still, it is learning stage only. Chat GPT is still in learning stage. It may not give you the correct answer. It is a collective answer, you can say. Okay. Most of the people, what they are thinking, based on that, the answer will come. But ultimately, while we are using ChatGPT and while we are saying ChatGPT like this is not the correct answer and all, it's learning from us also and trying to improvise the answer for the upcoming things. Okay. So it's a collective answer only.
So does it take the majority of the
Yes, majority only it will take,
answer?
but sometimes the majority also will be wrong.
Okay, got it.
It may not be correct always. Okay. Mostly it will be right.
Got it.
I can say that mostly it will be right. Some cases we have to apply our brain and understand that it's right or wrong. Okay. Sometimes. Okay. So
Got it.
you see, my experience is such a way that I have seen all these things, so I can judge ChatGPT whether it is right or wrong. But you guys are new to Selenium automation and all. You may think whatever ChatGPT is giving right. So it's like depends on the user, like how experienced person can understand that, how new user will understand that. It all depends on that. You may think that is the right answer. I may think that that is the wrong answer. Okay. So like that it will happen. So maybe over a period of time they will improve. Okay. The ChatGPT will get improved.
And we use CSS things like in test scenario. Will client give you the actual sizes for those locations, or how do we figure it out?
Come again with that question.
Like for example, let's say a clients wants to develop an application, and then they give us okay, this picture should be on certain locations, right?
Yes.
Then how, as a tester, how would we know the sizes of those if we don't know?
Yeah, as part of the client requirements, you will get it. Okay. These days we are using Agile project, right? Agile is this Scrum methodology we are using, right? Agile SDLC model, and in that we are using Scrum methodology. Most of the requirements are coming in the smallest pieces of chunks. Earlier we used to get the entire BRS document. All the requirements used to be there in a single document at a go. But now, according to the latest trends and all, we are getting the requirement. Most of the projects in the market are Agile projects, and we are using Scrum methodology there in the first priority is there. So when you work in the Scrum methodology, you will get a lot of user stories. and for a particular sprint, you will assign some stories, right? The stories are nothing but small chunks of requirements. In that, the client is nothing but the product owner or something from the client end will mention each and every small point there. This should be the height of that particular button. This should be the width. This should be the position of that particular button. This should be the color of that particular button. Like that, they will provide if that requirements are there. Okay. So that's how we can find it out. Okay.
So I am assuming that the client also has the tester then, right?
No. Client doesn't
Or
have testing team. Client has a product owner kind of person who knows the business well.
okay, got it.
So from requirements will be coming from the client side basically. Okay.
Okay, got it.
What they want should be coming from the client side. Product owner is a kind of person who will decide how the application should look like, what is working, what is not working will be decided by product owner only in latest agile Scrum methodology projects.
So my concern is the client has the idea of the sizing and those things.
Yes. Client has the idea.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, got it.
We don't have to decide the size because we are no one, because everyone has a different opinion, right? Okay. Everyone has different opinion. So if we decide, right, one tester will say that this should be the size, another tester will say this should be the size, developer will say this should be the size. So it's better that client decide that and we follow that. Okay. And if it doesn't look good,
Got it.
we'll report the defect to the, as a software tester, we can report the defect saying that this height and width doesn't look good for us. Can you kindly consider and reconsider and give a proper sizes for this particular thing? Then client may reconsider and update the requirements, but control will be there at the client side only.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, are you going to teach us rest assured?
Yes.
I mean,
It will be taught to you after these 50-day sessions are over. We'll move on to the weekend
Yeah.
sessions, where weekend sessions will have the rest assured will be covered for you, but we'll go in a step-by-step manner. So once Selenium automation is completed, then we'll go to the rest assured and all those stuff. Okay, that's a plan.
sir, actually, they are asking in interviews, you are,
Yeah.
I
We'll
mean,
take
you
one
are,
of the session. You see, it's not like that I'll cover rest assured in a depth manner. At least,
Okay.
to get this, if you are good with Selenium automation, right, rest assured is not a big thing. Only thing is that you need to know the API concepts. Okay, what is API? How many things are there? That's such kind of things you have to know. Once you know such kind of things, right, it's not that much big or that much complex thing. Rest assured is simply a library, again similar to Selenium WebDriver library. Rest assured is another library. You have to just know how to use the library to perform the API testing. Got it?
yes, sir.
It's very simple,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Don't have to complicate it. Okay, it's very simple. But to understand rest assured, right, you have to be good with Selenium WebDriver automation. Whatever the classes that are going right now, okay, you should gain the
Okay.
confidence there. And then we'll go to the rest assured, where with this knowledge, it will not take that much time for us to cover the rest assured. Maybe if you guys are in a hurry, in one of the weekend session, I'll take the rest assured only for you, and then we'll move on to the next topics. Okay.
Okay.
We can change the things here and there. Okay. So first, our target is to complete the 50 days. Okay. GitHub and Jenkins we have to cover end to end. Once that is done, right, we'll move on to the whatever we want, however we want to plan. On the weekends, we'll take a weekend and cover something. Okay, like that. On your requirement basis, we can plan some weekend sessions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So I have uploaded the code into the GitHub repo, guys. Tomorrow we'll work on this, guys. All the Google Sheet and all, where the code is available. Everything we have to work out tomorrow, along with some concepts that I'll cover tomorrow. We'll also work on the Google Sheet so that everyone can get the resources in a easier manner. Tomorrow, most of the time we'll spend on the this Google Sheet, and some time we'll spend on the concepts. Okay, some remaining concepts, whatever that is there, we'll try to spend out. Okay. So here, where did I upload? Selenium batch 2. Where is Selenium batch 2? Okay, I'll just go here and just click on the repositories. Then I'll get it. I think so. Yeah, this is a repository link. I pasted yesterday. I'll also paste it today. So to find out like what commands got uploaded today, just click on this src test Java. Under that getting started list pack. Here on the right side, you will see yesterday means previous days. 3 minutes ago or today you will get means with this, right, you will understand, right, which topics are covered on which day. Okay. And also you can go to the history or something. and find out today what I committed. You see, list completed is there. Click on this. You'll get all the things that I covered today. In a single format, you see all the files that I have updated here. Full screen command get, and you see all the things you are getting it in a single place here. So try to use a GitHub link and get the things done. Okay, get the things done. So a lot of ways are there. You just explore the GitHub and figure out what is the best way for you. You can go to the repository, and here 2 commits are there. Just click on that, list completed, and go there. All the list, all the files I uploaded today are there here. You see, updated or uploaded here will be there here. You can go through the code here. You see, you can go through all this code. Okay, that I covered today. Fine, you can practice on based on that. Clear, everyone? Tomorrow we'll work on the sheet and get the things done. For today, this much is enough. Any other doubts or questions, guys? Any other doubts or questions?
Sir, what is the maximum value that can be used in thread.sleep wait command, sir?
It depends on whatever you want, but ultimately we don't use thread.sleep in real time. It's discouraged to use thread.sleep. Only the last final option we have to go with thread.sleep. We have a topic known as waiting mechanism. Advanced topic of Selenium waiting mechanism is there. At that time, I'll cover you all the things in detail for you. Okay, till then you wait. Okay.
Is it implicit and explicit wait
Yes,
related,
implicit
sir?
wait, explicit wait are the smart waiting mechanisms of Selenium. So when Selenium is providing some waiting mechanisms, why we have to go for thread.sleep, which is given by Java, which is not smart wait. Okay, so it's a fixed wait.
Yeah.
I'll explain all this stuff in detail in during the waiting mechanism concept during Selenium automation advanced topics. Okay, so till then you wait.
Okay, sir.
It will be clear for you in a while. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine, great. Any other questions? Anyone? Anyone have any other questions? Fine. Okay then. So that's all for today, guys. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time and try to continue with the topics. Okay. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye, everyone.